What's up, guys? This is Ben from Focus Foods. This is my 9th day of doing the keto diet for the first time ever. This video will cover some of the things that you're probably curious about the keto diet, especially in the context of Malaysia. Like, is it easy to keep up with the keto diet in Malaysia? How much does it cost? Is it easy to find food that's compatible with the keto diet? So on and so forth. So I hope you find this video useful, and I hope you enjoy it. First of all, why am I doing keto diet? I think I've always been curious about keto and really going all out strict keto, 75% calories from fats, the rest from protein and carbs. So to be honest, the goal is not really to lose weight because I've got not much to lose already. My body fat, I did not measure it, but it's probably around 80%, maybe 20%. I don't know, so I was just relying mostly on the naked eye. But I did weigh myself. I did take a waist measurement as well. But really, the main reason why I'm doing this is because I want to know how it feels. It would be great if it can lower my cholesterol, blood pressure, maybe promote better sleep, less fatty liver. But I'm not too sure. From what I've heard about keto, and now I've got really mixed ideas about what it would do to my liver, my cholesterol, so on and so forth. But really, I'm just very curious how it feels and what it takes to keep up with a keto diet. Have I lost weight? Yes, I think I've lost about 3 to 4 kilos, 3.5 kilos. But don't be fooled, because once you get rid of carbs from your diet, usually you will lose a lot of water retention first. So that 3.5 kilos is probably from water retention itself. So how am I feeling on this? Is the 9th day. Obviously it's great, but the first day was alright because your body is still kind of in a fasted state, still kind of transitioning. But I remember on the first night I started getting a bit of a very slight headache. Sleep wasn't fantastic. I had a bit of cold sweats, couldn't really sleep. But then day 2 was okay. I think day 3 a bit moody. Day 4 also a bit moody. Day 5 and 6, things were getting a bit more consistent in terms of mood wise and energy wise, a bit more consistent. But I did had a bit of a funny stomach feeling on day 6 and day 7. But I think day 9 now things have quite stabilized, and How do I know I'm in ketosis? I've got this ketosis urine test strips. I did not do it before starting the keto diet, did not do it on day 1, but on day 2 itself, I'm quite surprised I managed to get into ketosis on day 2 itself, as the urine strip showed very positive, quite deep into ketosis. In fact, I'm not sure if I should be I wasn't sure if I should be worried about it. So I was wondering whether there was something wrong with the test strips or not. So I asked my fiance, who's not on the keto diet, to test, and she tested out negative. So yeah, I got into ketosis on day 2 itself, which is faster than normal. I think that's also attributable to the first day where I fasted for 20 hours before I ate the first meal, and before breaking fast, I did a medium intensity workout, sort of to help deplete glucose and glycogen as fast as possible. Energy and mental sharpness wise, it's fantastic. Again, I think first 4 days mood was yo-yoing a bit. It was a bit of a roller coaster ride, but I think 5th day onwards, mood and energy was fantastic. There's no more slumps, there's no more midday slumps, energy highs and lows. So on the 5th day, I drove to Kluang, my fiance's hometown. We had some official business there, and we did travel with PDRM's approval, just in case. The drive there, I drove back there in the morning, arrived there, had a rather heavy lunch, and I did not nap. Usually after a 2 to 3 hours drive, I would probably want to have an afternoon nap, but I did not. In fact, I was reading a book for 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours straight, continuously. Energy was like a flat line. It's not like, especially when you're on carbs or after you have a heavy lunch or after a long drive where you would usually feel that slump a little bit, but I totally did not. Surprisingly, I also felt less irritable. So there were points in time in Kluang where it was really hot, and we were at this. I remember this unair conditioned place, but I did not feel as irritable as I normally would have expected myself to be. But you probably say, Ben, maybe that's a placebo effect. Maybe that's all in your mind. But here's the thing about placebo effects: if it works, it works. Quick question, did I do intermittent fasting? When I first started, I was really ambitious. I thought I was going to do intermittent fasting, but first few days, again, I say it wasn't feeling too good, so I took intermittent fasting out of the picture because I thought also that maybe I should do one thing at a time. Maybe I might do intermittent fasting from maybe the third week onwards, but maybe I might not. Who knows? I haven't quite decided yet. Initially, the plan was to have one shake, one uncooked meal, one optional snack, and one cooked meal. But has it really panned out this way? Kind of. I've just been eating out or grabbing Food Panda more than I thought, because it was really easier to keep up with keto than I thought compared to, say, veganism. So initially also I thought I'm not going to eat pork because I was going to follow mostly this book called The Keto Diet by Dr. Josh Axe, which promotes a clean keto. So a clean keto as compared to dirty keto, that means you just eat whatever fats that you see, like bacon, fried chicken, a lot of processed fats and processed foods in general. But the clean keto kind of encourages things more like salmon, grass-fed beef, avocados, avocado oil, ghee has to be organic, has to be grass-fed and whatnot. But did I really manage to keep up with that? If I eat in, yes. So I did try to buy grass-fed beef. If you're living in Klang Valley, Lee's Frozen is fantastic. It's frozen Australian grass-fed beef. I bought ribeye for only about $60 per kilo. So, and 1 kilo I can probably eat at least 5 servings. Besides that, but of course, when I eat out, when I grab, it's way harder to tell, your beef, whether it's grass-fed or grain-fed or not. And, most of the time, say when I go for economic rice, it's actually quite hard to find fatty meats because you don't have salmon, you don't really have a lot of beef choices. So I actually had to go for pork. In fact, I was thinking if I really want to go clean with this keto trial period, I would want to avoid pork. But turns out that, eating Chinese cuisine, it was actually quite tough. Quick one, just now I mentioned, if you remember, I traveled back to Kluang in Johor on day 5. So, of course, I couldn't quite meal prep. I was a bit worried. I had this emergency supply of many kinds of fats, Slim Fast, Fat Bomb, MCT oil, walnuts, almond milk and whatnot. But ended up, I did not really use them except some Slim Fast keto bombs for in between meal snacks, because it was again easier than I thought to keep up with keto in Malaysia. So when we ate out in Chinese restaurants, I just keep rice, I just keep whatever sources of carbohydrates like yam. So I ate a lot of veggie, actually a lot of pork, because again that's probably the most fatty meat that you can find. Again, in ketosis, you want to keep roughly 70 to maybe 80% of your calories from fat. If not, then it's not exactly a strict keto. Your big question, is it expensive to do keto? The thing is, I've not really broken down into the prices of my each meal, but let's do a simple math. So if you break down nutrition into 3 broad categories, carbohydrates, proteins and fats, you can bet that the cheapest source of food is always carbohydrates. Your rice, pasta, bread, all kinds of oats, wheat, so on and so forth. So when you take out carbs from the keto equation, because only about 5% of your calories should come from carbs, you can guarantee that only eating protein and a lot of fats plus some oils, plus some veggie here and there, definitely that's going to jack up the average price a little bit. But again, how cheap or how expensive it is, I would say that really depends on how clean or how dirty you want it to be. Because if you want it to be really clean, you gotta have your grass-fed beef, you gotta have your avocados, your salmons, and whatnot. So that compared to a dirtier keto, I think if a clean keto is definitely more costly than an average diet. Workouts is an area that I can't really comment yet because only on day 4 and day 8 I managed to work out, and they are not exactly high intensity. They are not HIIT workouts. They are not CrossFit type of metcons. They were just mostly calisthenic isometrics. That means I go to playground and I use the ring or the bars and I just hold there and do very minimal movements. So they are mostly straight arm strength, lat strength, and a lot of core work. So I think I'm feeling okay. I'm not feeling a very significant difference between how I feel on a keto diet versus on a normal diet. In fact, in these 9 days, I've not been able to run. I'm really looking forward to it though. It's been raining so much, but yeah, I really want to do it. Maybe 1K, maybe 2.5K, just to see how I feel compared to on a normal diet. The plan really is, at least initially, to do this for 3 months in 1 month cycles. That means every 1 month I'll get to take a break for 1 day, maybe just to eat whatever I want if I so choose to, and then get back into ketosis for 3 cycles totaling 3 months at least. But my urine test strips have been showing ketones on a slightly high side, and reading some literature and research papers here and there, and in fact today is the 9th day again. I just went to see a GP in a clinic and I asked her, so why is my urine test strips showing so high? She didn't even really look at the picture that I showed her, and she just doesn't recommend keto in general because she said from her experience talking to people who are either on the long-term or short-term keto diet, they have shown worse kidney and liver function, and definitely cholesterol has shot up, clogging their arteries a fair bit. And she basically said, Ben, you're 36-year-old, you look normal, you look healthy, you don't really look like you need to lose weight, so why are you doing the keto diet when it has all this potential to damage your heart, liver, and kidney, and God knows what else? So lucky in a way that before starting this keto diet, I did a fibro scan for my liver. In case if you're wondering what a fibro scan is, usually a fatty liver is shown by an ultrasound picture, but an ultrasound doesn't usually give you a score, a number as to how fatty your fatty liver is. So I did a fibro scan to give it a score before I started the keto diet. And also I did a blood test for my cholesterols, your LDL, your HDL, your triglycerides. So I think I'm going to do it, at first I thought at the end of 3 months, but I'm a bit scared now, to be honest. So I'll probably do it at the end of week 4 or week 6. So wish me luck. If you want a really detailed breakdown of my everyday, how I'm feeling, what I'm eating exactly, even with pictures, do follow me on my personal Instagram. It's Elias the Benedictan. You see it on the screen now. But overall, in conclusion, I'm feeling fantastic. After the mood stabilized, I think my mood now is really consistent. Energy is really consistent. Focus is really consistent as well. I really like this feeling, but at the same time, I don't have a very good feeling about how my cholesterol profile and my fibro scan will turn out in 1.5 months or 3 months. But I really wish that wouldn't be the case because I really love how I'm feeling right now. When you're eating a lot more meat and fats, your body tends to be more acidic than it normally is. So to alkalize it back, you probably need to eat a lot more veggie. What I've been finding more convenient is to use Daily Greens 2.0 by Focus Foods to help really make that process that much more less painful. Inside you find things like spirulina, organic wheatgrass, barley grass, organic alfalfa, organic kale, and even moringa, pagaga, and chlorella. But of course, disclaimer, this product is by Focus Foods, i.e. it's my company. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it useful, but I'm sorry if it did not answer some of your questions. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. I'll try to answer them as much as I can. I might even make a video out of answering these questions, and in fact there will at least be another video because I do want to update everybody on my cholesterol results, my FibroScan results, because who knows, keto might or might not work for me. But still, please keep an open mind, because keto might work for some people and it might not work for some people. Thank you.